welcome to ASV Podcast on a Budget. Today we're joined by another person who's known me for a very, very long time, Lindsey O'Brien.
Hi.
Hi. So, Lindsey, how have you been here for now?
Day dot, about 15 years.
Yeah, when we first opened.
Yes.
Yeah, and obviously you handed over the reins, didn't you?
I did, yes.
So talk about that for me.
So yes, the history with me and yourself. Known each other for decades.
Decades.
About 20 years.
Yeah, it probably is.
I think you were a wee boy of about 16 years old.
I was. It was funny because obviously I had this conversation with Tracy Atherton, as you might have seen.
Yes.
Obviously I started off as like a young David Hasselhoff.
Of course.
On the lifeguard at High Leisure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And what was your role there at the time? Because you was working there at the time.
Yeah, I was a gym instructor.
Yes, you were.
And obviously you started as a lifeguard, and I got a new job as a sales advisor within the gym.
Yeah.
And you were after my job.
Yeah, that was right.
So we handed over the baton.
Yeah.
I handed over my baton to you and said, right, go for it.
Yeah.
And then it was just gym phenomenon happened.
Yeah.
Mark's story started.
So, you know, like I said, we'll talk about your health and fitness journey in a minute, but obviously you've been in the industry yourself a long time ago. You did the gym instructor, then you went into membership sales.
Yes.
What was it like at the time there? Because obviously now it's arguably a lot different.
So different.
So what was it like then to work in a gym, and what was it like then to sell a gym membership at the time?
Okay, so to work in a gym all those years ago, it was literally, you've got a gym with treadmills, some resistance equipment, and somebody would make an appointment with you, have a little bit of a chat, a little bit of a fitness test back in the day, sign them up hopefully, and they'd get the swipe card and away they go, and that was it literally. A little bit of a programme from an instructor, which was fantastic, and you would either go for a swim, go in the gym, or do whatever you wanted outside of the gym. And literally that was it. And then as things progressed, a studio was introduced.
So I think back then group exercise wasn't as big as it is right now. You know, I think gyms have been around for a long, long time in some shape or form, various types of gyms, and obviously the commercial side of it has got bigger. But there wasn't very much group ex there, was it, at the time?
No, it was a couple of classes a week, or it was a water aerobics, or Mr. Motivator at home, or the Green Goddess on TV, or that was about it.
And in terms of quantity of gyms, there weren't as many gyms were there to compete against either, were there, at the time?
Not at all.
Which made probably your job a little bit easier, sales.
It certainly did. But to be fair to where I was at the time, obviously High Leisure, you know, the staff made that place simple as. And more so with yourself when you started, you changed the whole way that gym worked. Simple as that. It was like a beach in Benidorm, bodies everywhere.
I was going to say, do you remember that? 'Cause like you say, the gym at High Leisure was probably maybe similar size to this, maybe a bit smaller, weren't it? Probably. Probably was actually quite smaller. You know, and I remember, like I say, it was me, it was Charlotte up there in the evening, and it was just bodies everywhere. It was just like, you know, for me it didn't sit well just kind of leaving someone on a machine and saying, right, there's your programme, go and crack on. It didn't sit well with me, you know, like I said, I wanted to help people there, and we had such a great laugh doing it. You know, it did certainly change the place, you know, and...
Well, word got round of how fantastic it was, and memberships, from an experience point of view, because that was my job. My targets were smashed every month. Didn't even have to sell it.
I could have took some commission for that. Maybe. And let's fast forward now, obviously, from you're not an outsider looking in, because obviously you're now on the other side of it in one respect, but you're still very much part of health and fitness. Your life is very much resolved around exercise alongside a different type of job, a different sector you're in now. How's it changed for you? Like, if you're looking from an outsider, what's it changed for you now in terms of when you were doing it?
I think the variety.
Yeah.
I think it's always been there to an extent, but it's just easily accessible now.
Yeah.
That variety of workout.
Yeah.
Whether you're coming into a centre, obviously it's been a new experience for everybody this past year, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Zoom, online, YouTube, but certainly within a centre, it's definitely the variety. I've been able to do a class in a sports hall, bungee, outside circuit. It's just vast.
Yeah, and the technology's there now as well, because you know, with the MyZone and even your previous stuff with Run TV, you know, stuff like that. The technology's a lot more advanced now than it was when we handed over the baton.
Absolutely, and MyZone, I've never known a facility like here to utilise it to its full potential.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
amazing.
Amazing. Because MyZone's one of the things what's kind of probably, you've always been consistent with exercise, always been. But I think it's giving you that extra focus on getting the programme right for you. Do you know what I mean? Instead of making sure that workout you do, because you know you're one of the early bird crew, and obviously we've had Jeanette, we've had Vicky, we've had Phil. Obviously, I've always said to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you've got to enjoy something. Do you know, otherwise you ain't getting out of bed for it. You know, and I think the early bird crew is such a great crew in terms of the banter between each other and that kind of social side. But arguably, probably 90% of the early bird crew have got MyZone.
Yes.
So when you're doing classes like hit step or spitting, it changed that workout completely.
100%.
Yeah. So let's talk about lockdown, obviously, because you know you've gone from being exercising 4-5 times a week, probably 4 of those on site, one where you do your runs at a weekend, then to then have that removed and go online. How has that been for you? Because you've really had to kind of completely change your training way. You've done it at home. You've still tried to keep that early bird consistency, which is really important, that because it keeps that habit. So talk about lockdown and how that's kind of done online for you.
It's been tough, but because I exercise early in the morning, not got a full house, it's just me and Sean. But it's been tough, but to have that regime of set your alarm, get out of bed, it's kept me motivated. And I did try some other workouts initially. And they weren't doing it for me. And then obviously when you introduced what you were doing here, it was just Mark, Lisa, Simon, all the way every morning. You've got the good thing you've got that balance as well, because you're doing some burn, you're doing some kind of hit step or modified hit step, because you've got the box there, hit cardio you've been doing, kettlebells you've been doing, total body workout you've been doing. So you've been trying to keep yourself active through the whole spectrum, rather than, I think sometimes it can be quite easy just to go for a run or you know, and then not do the resistance side, but you've actually done both together, haven't you? Well, that's only through good mentoring from yourself. Because once you stop that variation of workout, your body changes. And it's not as you want it to be, so you've got to keep it varied.
I want to put on the spot here now.
God.
How old are you?
51.
51,
Yes.
Now, me and you've had this kind of little banter for many years, because you've always had this age number, haven't you?
Yes. And you've trained me through decades, 30s, 40s, 50s.
And with 60s as well.
And with 60, 70,
But
80.
you were dreaded, I remember you dreaded your 40th.
I was.
And then you dreaded your 50th.
I did.
Why? Because a lot of females will be watching this, though it's like age is a barrier. And I've always said age is not a barrier. You have to modify stuff over time.
Of course.
But I think you, because I know you, and also with other ladies who are watching this, they're all thinking, I'm too old for this, I'm too old.
Never.
Or my figure's going, or my weight's gone up a little bit.
You've just got to keep adapting. And from a training point of view, you know my body better than I do. You know what works. I've had injuries, I've had operations. We've always worked around it. And age is taught me a lot, Story. It doesn't matter.
The amount of conversations that, should we say, not arguments, but discussions about age.
Yeah.
You know, you had that kind of image, that mental thing for, you know what, I don't look like I did when I was 30.
Yes.
And I think that's a lot of people share that same mindset. But one thing you have done, you've kept it consistent week in, week out, month in, month out, year round.
Yeah.
And I think to do that, you need to enjoy something.
Definitely. And what I've learned is, as long as you are pretty good with your food and your exercise most of the time, it will work.
And this is the thing, because people think you have to eat 7 days a week.
No.
You have to be eating clean 7 days a week, and you actually don't. And I think you've got to live, and like you said then, the majority of the time, if you can do clean and simple nutrition, a balanced routine, you will get results, and you'll keep those consistency results. None of these fad diets or that kind of stuff there. You'll get the results there.
And the thing is with that, it's become my medicine.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very fortunate to have really good health.
Yeah.
You know, great family, great husband, and it's my medicine.
Yeah.
I can't do without this place.
Yeah.
Or exercise.
Yeah.
So
And any challenges over kind of lockdown mentally wise? You hit a couple of walls.
Yeah. Gosh, yeah. You know,
because you've been able to work, haven't you, through lockdown?
I have.
So you've had that kind of work there anyway. But you've kind of had the exercise taken away, and obviously been in lockdown. I reckon that would have obviously affected you as well. Yeah,
been very, very fortunate to be able to work throughout and earn, which is fantastic. I'm so fortunate. But yeah, it's been. I've rolled over in that pit a few mornings, but when you're booked on a class, you don't roll over.
Yeah, that's it.
You get your backside out of bed.
Yeah.
So my challenges have been, especially through the winter, it has been tough.
Yeah.
But I've managed to keep in there and just keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
And finally, to finish off with, obviously, you know, this is always unscripted and people can say what they want. But what is it about here? You know, a lot of members will soon be starting to look at gyms. We're opening April the 12th, hopefully. And everyone's going to be putting all their join us, join here, join there, and all that. And this is where these podcasts I'm trying to get to see, obviously, members to relate to what people are saying.
Yeah.
But also for potential new members to actually say, you know what, this is coming from the horse's mouth as a member. Yeah. But you've also got the other side of it where you've been a membership sales advisor for the gym and also a gym instructor. So what is it about here where you've kind of stuck since day one?
Yeah.
Before even I was there.
No. It's how it makes you feel in here, and I know everyone will say the same thing. You know, the staff, the social side, but for me, it's just certainly the staff, the variation of what you can do here. It's local. It's just I can't imagine my life without it, without that sounding a bit too cheesy.
The cheesy quote of the week.
Yeah.
Well, no, it is. Yeah, I get what you mean. You know, we've had members who've done these podcasts. It's like, and I think sometimes it's quite cheesy to say, but it's an ASV family.
Yeah.
And it does very much get that. People say that often.
Definitely.
Because you know what, I don't have any egos in here.
No.
I don't want egos in here. Yeah. And people are just down to earth, and people always support each other.
Yeah.
And as you know, with the morning crew, you know, you've got to have them always to get out of bed to come here.
Yeah.
But the banter between each other, it's all positive, it's all good, and it makes a nice train atmosphere, as opposed to just doing your own thing and just not speaking to anybody, or feeling awkward, or not wanting to go on a certain kit because the lads are down there and all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? So
it makes you have that structure, and I would advise anyone that's looking to join a gym, or certainly looking at ASV, my advice would be make a plan.
Yeah.
Buy yourself some new gear.
Yeah. Make
you feel good. Make an appointment to come down.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than being nervous about a gym. I get nervous about walking into a gym, and I've worked in one for 20 years.
Yeah.
So for those people that are really frightened, make an appointment, get prepared.
Yeah.
Come and have a look round. You will join. Get yourself some new kit. listen to the advice, and you will get your results.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
There we go.
Come and join.
Yeah, a true membership advisor, a sales advisor. It's not left feelings, you know, you still got it. Leeds, thanks for your time.
Thank
That was
you.
ASV podcast on a budget. Next time we meet the staff, so all the staff, you will hear from each of the staff on their journeys, health and fitness wise, and also career. And then to finish off, Jen will be interviewing me, and that'll be the last one of the series, which will be around the end of March. So guys, see you later.